Hello?
They said she was possessed. But what if she was simply never alone?
Hey you, will you play with me?
Welcome to my haunted world. Hello, everyone. Hope you're all doing well, but tonight is a little different, because you're about to step into the depths of a true incident, where once the lights go out, only voices remain, and some shadows that never leave. This isn't just a story, it's a documented fear. You might want to keep your eyes open, because what you're about to hear might stay inside your head for a very long time. So then, let's begin. This story is based on a real incident. In 1975, in the town of Klingenberg, Germany, a young woman named Anneliese Michel experienced one eerie event after another. Strange, chilling events that went on to cause a worldwide stir. In this tale, the names and some scenes are fictionalized under pseudonyms. However, the core events and their context are completely true. A small prayer room sits just behind the house. Every morning, Anna Lenz, around 50 years old and raising her daughter alone after her husband's death, lights a candle there. Anna Lenz, age 21, a university student drawn to religion since childhood, is not herself anymore. For weeks, she seems out of her own body. She can't sleep night after night. Her eyes are darkened, her behavior oddly cold. She often says, "I'm okay, Mom, but it feels like someone is always walking beside me." On September 11th, 1975, at 2:17 a.m., a strangled gasp echoes from Anna's room. Marta rushes in and freezes. Anna is pressed into a corner of the bed, eyes wide, lips trembling, her throat reddened as though someone has just choked her. Marta, terrified, asks, "Anna, what happened? Was someone there?" Anna whispers, "The room wasn't empty, Mom. I was awake, but someone was there, by the window." That afternoon, Anna writes in her private notepad, "I saw my eyes in the mirror, but somehow it didn't feel like they were mine." Anna Lenz, September 11th. The events unfold so slowly, yet so perfectly, that it's impossible to tell if it's a dream or reality. On September 14th, during prayer in the small prayer room with the family present, Marta prays aloud, "Let this house be filled with God's light." Suddenly, Anna presses her hands over her ears, eyes wide, shouting, "Stop it! I can't stand it!" Her voice had changed. It was as if more than one voice spoke from her throat. She collapsed to the floor, trembling. Marta and her brother Daniel hold her onto the bed, but Anna keeps whispering, "You don't know who it is. I can't stand its light." The next day, a local psychiatrist examines her and suggests it might be temporal lobe epilepsy or some psychosomatic condition. But Marta refuses to accept that. She says, If it was a disease, why did it happen during prayer? Why did her voice change? Why did she feel her mirror eyes weren't hers? From that moment, the family slowly decides they need a priest, not a doctor. At 3 a.m., Anna lies awake in bed, eyes open. There is no breeze outside, yet something scrapes against the window glass. She sits up, pulls her blanket, and sees deep darkness gathering unnaturally in a corner of the room. She whispers, "Who are you?" And no reply comes, only the feeling that someone is very close. Night after night, Anna Lenz stays awake. She seems conscious, yet her eyes show no signs of sleep. She stares at the walls, as though she sees something no one else can. Marta often asks, "What do you see?" Anna says nothing, only whispers, "Can't you hear them?" "Hear what?" "They are talking, but in a language I can't understand." On September 17th, 1975, at 3 a.m., suddenly Marta hears faint talking coming from Anna's room, but the door is closed. Marta presses her ear against it and hears two voices, one soft, like Anna's, the other hoarse and rough. Though the words are unclear, Marta makes out phrases. "She belongs to us now. We won't let go." Marta opens the door. Anna is alone. The lamp is off, the room feeling unnaturally cold and silent. "Who are you talking to?" Marta asks. Anna stares and says, "But you said no one was here." "But they were, Mom. I know." Anna's brother, Daniel Lenz, a medical student, suspects she may have dissociative disorder. They decide to place a recorder in her room at night to capture any incidents that occur. First night. At 1:40 a.m., the recorder picks up a metallic clatter from inside the room. At 2:05 a.m., Anna's half-asleep voice emerges in a strange whisper, a low, gravelly voice repeating a single word, "Dunkel," German for darkness. The next morning, Marta confronts Anna. "You were speaking another language in your sleep." Anna is shocked. Daniel plays the recording. Though the words aren't clear, the tone is undeniably disturbing. Suddenly, Anna is heard whispering in Latin, "Non serviam." Latin, "I will not serve," traditionally attributed to Satan. But Anna has never studied Latin. Daniel brings the recordings to the university's theological advisor, Father Kurt. He says, "First, find medical reasons, but if it continues, then you must accept that there is something we cannot see with our eyes." Anna grows weaker by the day. She refuses food, sleep, or conversation. Staring at the wall, she whispers, "They said, Father, I will suffer. They don't want anyone praying for me." Marta asks in a trembling voice, "Who?" Anna replies, staring dead ahead, "I can never see them. I only hear them beyond the walls." At 3:13 a.m., the recorder is still on. Suddenly, Anna sits upright in bed and says, "You've come back?" A moment later, the lamp turns on, then off. On the recorder's playback appears the final sound, a whisper, followed by a silent, eerie laugh.
Anna Lenz is now beginning to drift deep within herself. Her eyes seem to grow darker and more hollow by the day. She stays quiet most of the time, sometimes breaking into a laugh for no reason. Marta starts noticing strange scratch marks on Anna's hands and feet, like something or someone had clawed at her. Anna is taken again to a psychiatrist, this time a senior neurologist at a large clinic. Dr. Helmuth Rapp observes her carefully. His report reads, "Patient appears to suffer from psychosis with hallucinations, possibly linked to epileptic seizures or a dissociative disorder. Suggested treatment, antipsychotic medication, and continued observation." Daniel agrees. Marta hesitates, but Anna refuses to take the medication. "I'm not crazy. I know who's talking to me. If I take the meds, I won't hear them anymore." Marta visits the confessional at church. Quietly, she tells the priest, "Father, I know the doctors are doing their job, but the way my daughter speaks, the way her voice changes, her eyes don't have her in them anymore. There's someone else inside." For the first time, Father Kurt begins to take the matter seriously. He says, "I will see her personally, but understand, without formal approval, an exorcism cannot proceed. The church must be convinced." Marta pleads, tears in her eyes. "My daughter is dying, little by little, every day. I can't wait any longer." Anna starts harming herself. There are nail scratches on her back, bite marks on her fingers. Some believe she might be doing it herself, but one day, Marta finds her in the bathroom, blood on her face, seated inside a circle drawn on the floor. Her eyes are empty. Her voice is changed again. "I'm not alone. They said I can't escape. I just have to see and receive." Now the room begins to smell. A rotten odor, strong and sticky, especially at night. Daniel suspects a dead rat or decaying pest, but after a full search, nothing is found. Father Kurt remarks, "It's a sign. When evil resides somewhere, the first thing to change is always the smell." Daniel and Marta go to him together. "You must come see it for yourself." After a moment of silence, Father replies, "I will come, but remember, exorcism isn't just about fear. It's a battle of faith and readiness. Are you prepared?" That night, Marta wakes up. The light in Anna's room is on. She opens the door. Anna isn't in bed. She finds her sitting on the floor by the window, staring outside. Anna says, "He said they don't want me anymore. They want you." Marta takes a step back. Anna slowly turns her head and looks at her mother. And in those eyes, there is no Anna. Around 3 a.m., when the wind stops and the house falls into eerie silence, Marta Lenz is still seated on the floor of the prayer room, rosary in hand, eyes closed, but her heart finds no peace. From the next room, she hears soft whispers, sometimes one voice, sometimes two, low, hushed, as if someone is speaking secrets through the walls. On September 24th, 1975, a white car stops in front of the Lenz residence. A middle-aged priest steps out, wearing black, with a soft cap on his head. Father Kurt Stein, a reserved and deeply spiritual man of the local church. He rarely speaks openly about exorcism, but he believes not everything can be explained by science. When Father Kurt enters Anna's room, she's sitting in a corner, staring out the window. Marta says, "Anna, this is Father Kurt. He's come to speak with you." No response. After a long silence, Anna slowly turns her head and looks at him. A look of contempt crosses her face. In a low voice, she mutters, "Father, you're late. They don't like you anymore." Father Kurt says nothing. He only stares back at her silently. Sitting in the corner of the room, he opens a small notebook, writing down her expressions, eye movements, tremors, and speech patterns. Suddenly, Anna speaks again. "You don't know who I am. Not her. It's me now." Her voice changes. A broken, deep, rasping tone. Father leans forward slightly and asks, "What is your name?" A long pause. Then a whispering voice. "We are many." That night, Marta and Daniel sit down with Father Kurt. Daniel asks, "Is this truly possession, Father?" Father replies, "I'm not sure yet, but I do know this voice is not hers. These eyes aren't Anna's, and what's happening in that room, medicine alone can't explain it." He informs them that to begin a formal exorcism, the church's permission is needed. Father Kurt decides to stay the night. Anna lies silently on her bed, staring at the ceiling. At 2:47 a.m., Father hears something strange and gets up from his room. He finds Anna standing in the center of her room, her legs rigid, her face pale. She says nothing, just keeps staring into Father's eyes. Then suddenly she smiles and whispers, "Your name was spoken. They know you're here." By morning, Father Kurt prepares to return to the church. He hands Marta a small wooden cross. This is not just a symbol of faith, it's strength. Tonight might be difficult. Marta asks, "How much harder, Father?" He glances once at Anna's window and says, "The devil does not want to stay in the light. We will bring the light, and they will try to stop us."
12:45 a.m. There's no light in Anna's room, only faint moonlight spilling in from the window, falling next to her bed. Lying still, Anna slowly turns her head toward the door. Her gaze is unstable, as if something chaotic is happening inside her, hidden from view. After much deliberation, official permission from the Diocese of Würzburg finally arrives. The rite of exorcism can begin under strict conditions and recordings. From now on, Father Kurt Stein takes official charge. Preparations are made in the prayer room downstairs in the Lenz house. A large cross, holy water, a Bible, incense, and a cassette recorder are placed. Every session will be recorded. The room will remain locked. Only Marta and Daniel will be present. No one else. September 28th, 1975, 11:58 p.m. Father Kurt enters the room. Anna is seated in a chair, leaning back. Her face is pale, body limp. The session begins with prayer. "Lord, hear our prayer." 2 minutes later, Anna's body suddenly convulses. Her eyes widen. She screams, "He won't come! You need to stop this!" Father Kurt looks into her eyes and says, "Tell me your name." Anna lowers her head. Her voice turns gravelly. The words captured on the cassette: Cain, Judas, Nero. 3 infamous betrayers and killers from history. Sweat pours down Anna's body. Suddenly she stands and lets out a shrill scream. Her voice now rough, unnaturally masculine. She shouts, "We don't want your light. You're stealing my voice." Her body begins to twist, as if something inside is contorting her bones. Marta screams, "She'll break, Father!" Father Kurt raises his hand. "Stay back, Marta. Her body is a battlefield now." The session ends at 1:37 a.m. They play the cassette back. The voice is no longer Anna's. There are 2 or 3 overlapping voices speaking in unison. She is ours. You cannot break us. Daniel stops the recorder. I don't know what this is, but it's not human. It's something else. Marta remains silent. Father Kurt, holding the cross, says, "Exorcism never ends in one night. This is just the beginning." As Father Kurt leaves the room, he glances back. Anna lies with her eyes closed. But at the very end of the cassette, a faint whisper is recorded. This is just the beginning. Anna is no longer Anna. Her walk has changed. Her body is skeletal. Her eyes, deep, hollow voids where no light enters. Words come out of her mouth in bursts, phrases she never learned and would never say. October 1975, week 2 of the exorcism. Father Kurt records each session, now over 60 chilling tapes captured on a simple cassette recorder. One day, Daniel dares to replay one of the older tapes. In the quiet room, only Marta and Daniel are present. The tape plays. Anna's voice first. "Please stop. I don't want this anymore." Then suddenly, an unknown male voice, low and raspy. "You belong to us. We have always been inside you." Daniel stops the tape. Marta's hand has gone cold. She whispers, "That's not her voice. It's someone else." Another tape reveals Anna speaking in an ancient language. Experts later identify it as Old Aramaic, a language Anna never studied. A linguist translates the words, "Leave the holy, burn the faith." That's when even people outside the family begin to believe something beyond mental illness is at play. One night, Father Kurt leaves the recorder running while they all sleep. In the morning, they review the tape. 3:12 a.m., sound of bed sheets tearing. 3:29 a.m., someone walking around the room. 3:44 a.m., Anna's wailing, not a single scream, but multiple voices screaming together. And at the very end, "She is no longer yours." Though Anna grows weaker by the day, during exorcisms she displays unnatural strength, breaking a chair armrest with one hand, fighting off 3 adults holding her down, banging her head into the wall 8 times until it bled. Father Kurt says if this was madness alone, the body couldn't withstand this. Something powerful is at work, and its goal is destruction. 3:59 a.m. The recorder is still on. Anna lies still in bed. Her lips move in whispers. One name, over and over. Lucifer, Lucifer, Lucifer. Father Kurt stops the tape. He knows the next session will be the most dangerous yet. Anna is losing herself day by day. Even when the lights are on, she sits in the dark. She doesn't talk, doesn't eat. Sometimes she just screams and cries without warning. Once, when Marta approached, Anna whispered, "Go away, Mama. You won't survive." Anna's weight drops to 31 kilograms. She can no longer stand or walk. But the moment an exorcism begins, her body fills with inhuman strength. She screams, twists, and once even ripped the skin on her neck with her own nails. Marta no longer cries. She just sits in a corner, turning her rosary silently. Daniel keeps the camera rolling. They must keep proof. One day they must prove the truth. One day, during a session, Anna suddenly calms. In a soft voice, she says, "Last night, I had a dream. I was climbing a long staircase. There was light at the top, but they said, "That's not for you. Go down." As I climbed down, I saw darkness, fire, and faces pressing against me. I don't know if I'm dying, but I know I'm no longer me. Father Kurt listens, bows his head. If the ones inside you name themselves, I will know what to do. Anna laughs and whispers, Lucifer, Cain, Nero, Hitler, Fleischmann. Daniel continues recording, but his faith starts to waver. One night, he tells Marta, "What if we're wrong? What if it's her brain?" Marta replies through tears, "If she dies like this, will it be because of a lack of medicine or a lack of faith?" At 3:40 a.m., a scream shakes the entire house. Marta runs to Anna's room. The door is locked from inside. Inside, Anna cries, "They're inside me. I don't want to go. I want light, light, light." Father Kurt breaks the door down. Anna is slumped against the wall, her face covered in blood. Her arms are twisted behind her, eyes closed. Suddenly she opens her eyes and says, "You can't bring her back, Father. You don't know. Tonight I stay or I vanish." Father Kurt decides. The next session will be the final, decisive exorcism. He tells Marta and Daniel, "If this one fails, I don't know if Anna will survive." Later that night, he writes in his notebook, "The breaking point is near, and what breaks may never return the same." Tuesday, July 1st, 1976. Dawn hasn't broken yet. The Lenz house is silent, but a silence thicker than night hangs inside. Anna doesn't speak anymore. She lies in bed, eyes open, lips cracked, face sunken. Daniel says, "Mom, her body can't take this anymore." Marta stands by the window. Staring at her rosary, she whispers, "This is the end, or she will never come back." Father Kurt arrives on time, this time with an assistant, Father Bruno, officially approved by the church. The room is prepared. Cross, Bible, incense, and holy water are placed on the floor. Anna is seated upright in bed, her head tilted. Father Kurt begins, "In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit." The first 10 minutes pass quietly. Then suddenly, Anna jerks violently. A guttural sound, incomprehensible, escapes her throat. Her eyes roll back, turning white. She growls, "You will fail. She is one of us now." Then another voice, soft, trembling, "Let her go. Please, I want to go." Two voices, one body, one full of hate, one trembling with pain. Anna suddenly jolts again, her body convulsing like lightning struck. Holy water is sprinkled. She trembles once, then goes still. Three voices scream at once, then silence. Marta slowly walks forward. "Anna?" Anna opens her eyes, and for the first time they are calm. She whispers, "I can see the light again, Mama." Then slowly she closes her eyes. Father Kurt draws a cross on her forehead. Daniel checks the time. 4:46 a.m. Anna doesn't respond again. Her face now bears an unusual calm. Marta, trembling, asks, "Is she free?" After a long silence, Father Kurt says, "We don't know, but we know this. She is no longer in pain." Though Anna Lenz had died, the silence around her still felt alive. Her death spread quickly. The small town of Bad Grabenheim suddenly stirred. Some said, "Did they let that poor girl suffer? She needed doctors, not holy water." But what if it really wasn't just mental illness? 3 days after her death, the health department arrives to investigate. Their report reads, "Severe malnutrition, body weight 30.7 kilograms, bed sores, no trace of modern medication." Anna had stopped treatment. But the question remained, did she stop it herself, or was she denied it? By October 1976, a trial begins. 4 accused: Martha Lenz, Daniel Lenz, Father Kurt Stein, and Father Bruno. Charges: causing death through negligence. This became Germany's first public exorcism trial. Daniel presents over 43 cassette tapes as evidence. One key excerpt plays in court. Anna's voice suddenly shifts into a deep, inhuman growl. "We told you, she is one of us. Why didn't you stop?" The prosecution asks, "Are these real voices or fabricated?" A forensic technician says, "It's the same vocal cords, but the tonal patterns are different, like 2 melodies from the same piano." The media divides. Some claim this was medical negligence in the name of faith. Others believe she faced something beyond science. Many say there was something in her eyes those final days, not human. In 1978, the court issues a suspended sentence, fines and required therapy, but no jail. The court states, while the intent may not have been criminal, their failure to pursue medical help contributed to her death. But the court says nothing about the voices or what happened at 3 a.m. The tapes remain filed away forever. Marta stands by Anna's grave. A soft wind blows. She closes her eyes and says, "I know you said something no one else heard, but I did. That last time when you whispered, 'Light.'" Anna is gone, but her story isn't over. Because even after her death, the events didn't stop. They became even more unclear and raised more terrifying questions. In 2005, a quiet publication reports, "The case of Anneliese Michel remains one of the most documented yet most debated exorcisms in history." Whether demonic or delusional, what she endured left echoes no science could erase. This was today's chilling tale, based on a true story. A life that ended, but left behind unanswered questions and unfinished echoes. How did it make you feel? Let us know in the comments. Stay safe, stay well, and before you go to sleep tonight, make sure your door is really locked, because some never truly leave. Until next time, good night, and may you always sleep alone. Keep fearing, keep discovering. Thank you for watching.
Like and subscribe.